All right, guys, we're doing things a little bit differently right now. I'm going to mix things up. We're not going to, you don't need to be coming to class. I'm going to do everything via a video for the next few weeks. So I purchased a new book called Foundations in Personal Finance by Dave Ramsey. He's the guy who I think is really good at giving advice about purchasing. And I'm going to be including different parts of it in the stream. So today we're going to get through a part on consumer awareness. So you're going to see pages of the book posted here. I'm going to talk through these 6 pages. When I'm finished talking through them, you're going to go into classwork and you're going to fill out this form. This form only has 17 blanks. It won't make any sense to you without watching the video, but this is what you get graded on today. So today we're going to work through this first section about what's called consumer awareness. So I put the pages here and I'm going to go through them now. So consumer awareness is all about you as a consumer being aware of what companies are marketing and how they're trying to get you to buy their stuff. So it's really important to be educated and to be aware of all of the tricks that companies are putting out there to try to make you buy stuff. If you're not, you end up buying stuff you don't need, buying stuff you don't really want, and buying stuff you don't really use. So throughout the book, they have little helpful things. 40% of teens say they are currently saving. I think that's probably a lie. I doubt that many teens are saying that, but we'll see. So, Section 1 of this chapter is called Buyer Beware. So over here, it's a little bit hard to see. You can probably see if you make it bigger, but why are we so marketed to? So the United States is the most capitalistic country in the world. Yes, we are. So we are capitalists. Our government relies on buying and selling, consumers and marketing. That's part of the reason why we're great. It's also part of the reason why we struggle. But we are the most marketed to culture in history. So we live in the most marketed culture in the history of the world. If you're going to have financial peace, you're going to have to develop resistance to that marketing. In other words, let me use my pen. This is a beautiful statement. It's saying, if you are going to have peace in your own life, you're going to have to be able to resist some of the marketing that happens. Look at some of the brands that you buy. Is that product any better than other, maybe, knockoff brands? Probably not. But that company has done a great job in marketing. It's not that buying things is bad, but buying too many things with money you don't have to impress people you don't really like, that is a bad idea. So let's talk about what some of these things mean. You're going to see this phrase a lot in this chapter, caveat emptor. If you've taken Latin, this means let the buyer beware. So caveat emptor is a phrase that gets used a lot. Let the buyer beware. In other words, no one's looking out for your own best interests except for you. So let the buyer beware. So it's hard to see, but this says number 1. Every sentence here has blanks. That's what you're filling in the Google Doc. So this has a little 1 down here. If you made it bigger, you could see it better. I wonder if I can make my pen. Probably not. Anyway, okay. So we're not saying that you can't have a good time with your money. Remember, we want you to live like no one else. So later we want you to live like no one else so you can live like no one else. That sounds crazy, but we want you to live like you're going to find that your friends don't save. So we want you to live like no one else does so that you can live like no one else does, so that you have the money and the comfort to do the things that you want. We want to sacrifice to win, and then we want to enjoy the winning. There's nothing wrong with buying a good product as long as you know what that product is. Okay? A good salesman has a servant's heart, knows how to sell, and is professional, all of which can make the process pretty fun. So you go in, you're with your salesperson, he or she is like, oh, I'm your best buddy, and I'm going to show you how this thing works, and we're going to make it fun. Yeah, you're not supposed to have fun with the salesperson. You're supposed to be smart. Companies use every angle aggressively to compete for our money. So don't ever think a company is trying to really always do what's best. Everything they do is about money. Companies are not sophisticated and aggressive in their marketing, or do not have a marketing budget generally do not stay open. So if a company is not aggressive in their marketing, they're not even going to stay open. So every company that's been, withstood the test of time, it's because they're really good at what they do. They're really good at getting you to buy stuff. Competition is fierce for the consumer dollar. Okay, so down here they talk about what's wrong with financing a purchase. So when you finance a purchase, that's like you're going to finance a house if you buy it. You get a mortgage. No one buys a house in cash. The next thing you would finance would be a car. Well, honestly, you could buy a car in cash. You don't have to finance it. But okay, let's say we finance a car. We pay interest for it, so we pay over time. Besides that, that's all you should be financing. We shouldn't finance our phones. We shouldn't finance certainly, purchases at Walmart. We should not be financing. We shouldn't buy something until we have the money. So if you can't read this, it says, what's wrong with buying things on 12 months, same as cash? So 12 months same as cash means you have 12 months to pay for whatever it is before you get charged interest. But that means you don't have the money at that time. So you're like, you're paying it as you go. But the problem is after 12 months, if you're not finished paying for it, now all of a sudden the interest rates are going to be high. So Dave's answer, which is Dave Ramsey, the guy who wrote this book, says, it's a stupid idea. First off, I buy the item with cash. I'll get a better deal. Plus, if you play with snakes, you'll get bitten. If they record your payment wrong and it's late, they'll backcharge you through the entire term of the deal at 24 to 38% interest. You'll spend the next year and a half cleaning up this mess. It actually happened with one of our clients here. If you can't save and pay for the item with cash, you can't afford to buy it. I like this quote up here. He who buys what he does not need steals from himself. I love that. He who buys what he does not need steals from himself. You are stealing money from yourself if you buy what you don't need. 4 common marketing tactics. Okay, when you turn on the TV, listen to the radio, surf the web, walk into the mall, you're stepping into a battle for your dollars. I mean, come on, Instagram, whatever things you're on, YouTube, all the ads that come up are just fighting for your attention. So they try to be as flashy or as interesting or as current as they can possibly be just to get your attention. Companies use every angle imaginable to aggressively compete for your money. The purpose of advertising is to inform, tease, and persuade consumers to purchase products. When you're aware of these techniques, you are more wise as consumers. Here are 4 common marketing strategies. One of the techniques is personal selling. People who know how to spend thousands of dollars and hours sitting in a classroom learning how to talk to you, to serve you, to assist you in your decision to buy their stuff. So people go to school to learn how to market to you, how to speak to you. That is what they have been trained to do, and that's why they're good at it. The second technique is financing. They use money and easy payments as a marketing tool. They don't want you to think about how much something actually costs, rather how much down and how much per month. So how do you know you can afford something? The answer is right here. It's hard to see. When you have the cash to pay for it. Here are 2 common financing plans you should avoid. Read these. They are good. Okay, we're still in the common marketing techniques or tactics. Other media like TV, radio, internet use repetition to sell products. How does repetition work? In advertising, repetition means repeated exposure. Over time, repeated messages become familiar and accepted as true. Like even Nike, just do it. Like that's part of our life. It's part of the fabric of what we believe. They've like worked themselves into our mindset. Yeah, just do it. That's how we think we should live. But that's just a marketing slogan. And anyway, they're using that as repetition. When it comes to marketing, they also use product positioning. Product positioning, one type is called brand recognition. Hello, Nike. When marketing causes you to position a product in your mind to be associated with a certain value. We assume that Amazon is the best way to buy products. We assume that Nike is the best in athletic apparel. We assume that Jordans are the best shoes. That's because they've done a great job at brand recognition. Other types of product positioning are color, Color matters. Color actually has an impact. Shelf positioning, companies pay for prime shelf position in stores. Isn't that crazy? You go to Target and you look at eye level, the thing that you see at your eye level, that company has paid to put that there. Or they've paid to put their stuff in the checkout aisle. So as you go to wait to check out, you'll just grab it. It's meant to influence that impulse buying. Packaging, the design, the look, the feel of the package are all meant to have an impact on you. How many times have we bought something because we like the design of it? There's no reason to be paranoid, but marketers are very sophisticated and we should at least be aware. Be aware is the same thing as beware, right? Beware the money-grubbing marketers who want to take your money. Beware. Caveat emptor, let the buyer beware. All right, that's it for today, and I'll catch you back here tomorrow.